Hey, what's going on, everybody? I had strep throat, and I did something I haven't done in a long time. I missed a couple days of work. I laid in bed at home, shivering. My fever broke this morning on Friday. My fever broke this morning, and I've been on antibiotics for 2 days. They say when you've been on antibiotics for 24 hours for strep, so I gave it 48 hours. You can be around other people without any risk to them. So I'm back in the office, working on a knife to send over to Ukraine. We're gonna make a bunch of knives and send them over for the Ukrainian relief effort. Hopefully we get some good video, some good feedback from them. I wanted to talk about a little bit of what's going on with our social media and why we're doing what we're doing. Somebody did a video that my team saw, I haven't seen it, but apparently was calling bullshit on us getting our Instagram account hacked. I don't know if anybody has seen the report, but apparently we're not sure how it happened. And the problem is, we had a really robust, almost 60,000 organic Instagram followers. Instagram was weird. I never paid any service to help me get a bunch of likes. It's a little bit of it's more wokety woke. So if I did a polarizing anything, the exact same thing on Facebook and the exact same thing on Instagram, I would get a lot more blowback from Instagram because it has all this anonymity to it. Facebook, I might get nothing, and then I would get a ton on Instagram. Same video. It's also a slightly different demographic, so Facebook's a little older. Anyway, I have made this. We've been asking ourselves for years, all of us in the business, do trade shows matter that much? And when you're nobody and you're just getting started, they matter more. But then what happens is the inertia or momentum of those shows being a part of your rhythm, you have a tendency to think you don't want to let go of anything where you get any traction because you're trying to grow. And so what happens is people, they get into the habit of going to trade shows. And we just decided we're not going to do trade shows anymore. That's just it. I don't know. We got our Instagram. Okay, so we decided to stop doing trade shows. So we're not doing any more commercial trade shows. The only trade shows we're doing are a couple where we get to reach out to really our loyal retail fan customer base. And I don't even want to say fan anymore. I want to say our friends and customers. One of the things people always say, Greg, what have you done to grow your business? And I say, I've built old-fashioned relationships through years of conversations on the phone talking with people. And when the winds of change come along, these relationships and these friendships and these partnerships that I have with people have been the things that have stood the test of time. The thing about it is it requires effort and work all the time. It requires being on the phone. It requires hiring a team, and my team's always working on it. So old-fashioned, back to basics, customer service and managing relationships and managing expectations and building relationships. And ultimately, I make a lot of decisions that are for them. They may not know it or think it, but the decision's for them. The foibles of knife making I can absorb, but they can't. So I make decisions. Ultimately, their success and thriving survival is what allows me to thrive and survive. So I always have to think outside of my own immediate needs, and I have to think about my customers and how to support them. So we're going to not do trade shows anymore because we're not going to be afraid to do what everybody knows. And as I mention it to more and more people, they're like, yeah, we're thinking the same thing. They're thinking the same thing, but they already put their money down for next year. I pulled my money. I'm not going to EWA show in Germany. I'm not going to SHOT Show here in the United States. I think it's overpriced. I think the venue, I think the whole thing is overpriced and the value is not there. I'm still going to go to Blade shows as well. I like reaching our customer base, our friends in the business. Now, I was one of the first guys that was in the knife business that was strongly hanging it out there on social media. It was YouTube and Facebook, and then Instagram came along. And I found them to be useful, but we basically work our ass off to create this content that is the reason people went to these sites. People go to Instagram because guys like me are creating content. They're providing this channel, and then we're providing the interesting shit for people to go there for. And what happened is they started to throttle me. They've been throttling me for years. Then they started to censor me. And I don't take that very well at all. And then you add the censoring and the throttling and all of this stuff to their lack of customer service, and it makes you wonder why you want to be in business with them. So very simply, we had something happen this year. About 4 months ago, somebody hacked our Instagram account. Now, they didn't hack our Instagram account. Somebody bypassed two-factor authentication. Somebody bypassed everything and has the primary email changed within the site, and they have control of our account. And all recovery emails are sent to the email address. So there's no way, and I've hired people and paid people, there's no way to get it back because Instagram won't respond and do anything about it. So for years, I've supported Instagram with content, and it's given me another venue to reach out to our customers and friends of the company. And, you know, we don't know what happened, but what did happen is somebody was able to, they usually what they do is they go to your last email and they do recovery to your last email. Somebody was able to go in and change the memory of our preceding email. I think what's happened is that Instagram has either a policy or an internal group something's happened at Instagram where either it's another revenue stream, I don't know, but we noticed our parent language was set up in Turkey, set up to be Turkish. I was on a small airline that's kind of a private little thing, and I was sharing a small jet with a few other people, and JSX or something like that. And everybody there was some kind of muckety-muck. And then me, the shaved head jarhead. And I was talking about this on the phone with my IT guy. And then 2 or 3 of the people that were in this little tiny private terminal, they were all seeing the same thing. It just happened to their companies. And there's some rash of this going on. And they shook us down for money. And I paid them some Bitcoin, because I wanted my Instagram page back, and they didn't give me my page back. And then I paid somebody else whose person said they could get it back, couldn't get it back. So somebody was able to get into my Instagram, and they were able to retroactively go back in and change my previous email so we couldn't recover our account. Now, that's higher level stuff. And I think it's from within Instagram. So I We talked to experts, we paid a consultant, we paid out some money to the Turkish guy who hijacked the site. Couldn't get our site back. So we started up another site because everyone feels like you have to. And I said, well, let's just do it and see what happens. And in the process of doing it, I just decided I'm done with social media. So we are in the process now of standing down our Instagram and standing down our Facebook page permanently. We're going to have the pages. They will be up and alive. And then we're going to just do some memes that basically say, both of these companies are run by a fucking scumbag. These aren't even real companies because there's no customer service. Companies without customer service don't deserve to exist. Fuck these guys. If you want to see Medford Knives, go to medfordknife.com. Now, somebody did a video and was calling bullshit on me, like what I said didn't make sense. And there it is laid out. Anybody who doesn't get that is a moron. It's pretty straightforward. There are plenty of conservative little venues where we could go, but then it's a small venue, and I don't want to chase that all the time. My company was really built on traditional relationship building, not on social media pandering. So I'm going AntiSocial. I'll still be on YouTube. Only reason I'll be on YouTube is because I'm a 52-year-old man who, when I get home in the evening time, I put on YouTube and I watch what I want to watch. It's usually somebody restoring a Louis Vuitton bag or making a pair of handmade shoes or restoring an antique tool they found on a battlefield. Sewing or crafting or welding or fabricating. And I like YouTube for that. I don't like them for their censoring. But I'll tell you, YouTube and Google, if you have a problem, you can get a person on the phone in 5 minutes. They're a real company. Same thing as Apple. If you have a problem, if I have a problem with an Apple product, I get a real person on the phone. I want to do businesses with companies who value their customers like I do. And that means you're accessible to address their needs. We're putting a blog on the website, Joe. We're putting a very vibrant blog up. Outside of a canned one that doesn't have a good look, we're developing one right now that's got a great look. So we're going to steer everybody to a page that has a very social media savvy look to it. And we're going to allow user-generated content to be put there. So it's a UGC framework within our website. And it'll be like a all things Medford blog. We're working on it, though. It's more complicated than people think, unless I just do this kind of pedantic picture text thing, which is not quite what people like these days. It's a little outdated. So we're coming up with a custom thing. Should be kind of neat. So I just decided to go AntiSocial, and I'm going to deal only with companies that value me as a customer enough to be reachable. And if they're reachable, I'll continue to do business with them. You know, we do a lot of business with Google. And I don't necessarily like the company, but every time I've got a problem, I can reach out to them. I got a person, and they work through the problem. They've got to figure out. We got these tech companies being run by foreigners, okay, and they don't have the same. They don't have the same values as we do. You know, they don't value the First Amendment of free speech and gathering and religion. And they don't value the Second Amendment, the right to keep and bear arms, to keep a government slightly afraid of you. I mean, you wonder why we should keep and bear arms? It's against Washington invading Arizona as much as it is Russia invading Arizona. As you can see in the Ukraine, it's really hard to roll through a people when they're all armed. And the whole point is, you guys, we don't need to be on social media. We're gonna put it out there. If you want to see it, you know where to find us. It'll be at medfordknife.com. We'll have a page there, and you're gonna start seeing these come out. Bobby and Jeff and Pete are coming up with some things to let you guys know where we're going to be. And, whether it's Twitch or Reddit or this place or that place, I don't want to chase that madness. I'm done chasing that rabbit. We're going to make knives, build relationships, and be here the old-fashioned way. So I hope to see you guys out there at the two shows we're going to be doing, Blade Show and Blade Show West. I guess Blade Show West is going to be in Texas. Blade Show is going to be in Atlanta, as it has been for years. We'll see you guys there, and we won't see you really anywhere else. I'll be on YouTube. You guys can see my podcast over on iTunes and on Spotify, The Greg Medford Show. And then we've got Rumble, of course, where we put everything when we talk about election integrity. I have a lot of the guys from the Arizona legislature who were part of the recount process that went on here after the election. We talk in depth there because it's the only format in which we don't get kicked off on Rumble. So I'm still going to be out there, but I'm just not going to be chasing all these little kiddie sites where Zuckerberg's just trying to remain relevant. He can eat a bag of dicks. Well, that's what's happening. I'm going to sit down and draw out this knife for the Ukrainians. I hope we can get it off in this relief load that leaves in the next couple weeks. Time to be gay. That's pretty funny. All right. I'm going to scoot. You guys, it's weird that I've missed. I was out last week with my kids. We went on an adventure. And then I came back to work for 2 days, and then I've been down on my ass sick. What knife are you carrying? Oh, you know what? I've been carrying a Smooth Criminal automatic, and I was thinking I was going to go to Sky Harbor and fly out on an airplane today, so I'm not carrying a knife right now, actually. So knife maker, not carrying knife, but I have a really big pair of scissors nearby just in case. Crazy pair of scissors, you guys. These Kai 7300s made in Japan. Ridiculous scissors. Ridiculous. So sharp. I swear to God, you could cut someone's arm off by. They're fantastic. Yeah, that's about it. You guys have an awesome day. I'll see you around campus. Let me see here. Oh, yeah.